Welcome. I'm Richard Hosnett. I'm your host for this in-depth wisdom series. My goal is to help you live a wisdom-inspired life by sharing with you some profound and deep wisdom that can truly better your life and help you live a wisdom-inspired life. The source of all the wisdom in this series comes from Paramahansa Yogananda, a God-realized enlightened avatar who founded the Self-Realization Fellowship and left us with a wealth of wisdom in books and teachings. Check them out on the Self-Realization Fellowship. Having said that, in these series, I'd share with you not only the profound wisdom, simple profound wisdom, and by that I mean it can really make a positive difference in your life. But I go beyond just sharing it with you by sharing the benefits of that wisdom and how you can develop more of this wisdom attribute in your life. In a wisdom-inspired life, you come to realize who you are better and you take responsibility for yourself. And this really is some of the background for this particular wisdom quote from Paramahansa Yogananda. It's different than many of you may think. I hope it isn't, but I think it probably will be. So here's the wisdom quote from Yogananda. Many people excuse their own faults, but judge other persons harshly. We should reverse this attitude by excusing others' shortcomings and by harshly examining our own. Okay, there's a lot there, and a lot of it is different than many people approach life. Harsh to judge others, not our own shortcomings. Many people excuse their own faults, but judge other persons harshly. We should reverse this attitude by excusing others' shortcomings and by harshly examining our own. So how do you do this? Well, I'm going to, as I do in these episodes, try and give you some help about the things that you can do to actually live the wisdom in this quote. So let's move through it. There's about 9 things that I'll share with you for your consideration. You see which ones work best for you. First is you need to be aware of your own emotions. This is about developing self-awareness. Self-awareness is a power tool along the spiritual journey to living a wisdom-inspired life. You need to know who you are, how you're feeling, what's going on in your life, what your values are, where your challenges are, and that only comes by developing self-awareness. And there's specific programs that can help you do that, and I suggest for everyone that you spend time developing self-awareness. It will serve you well. Second, when you're in a situation where someone else has, you think, been at fault, and maybe you've been at fault too, try to understand the situation. Stephen Covey in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of his habits is seek first to understand, then to be understood, and it applies here. Try to gain a deeper understanding of the circumstances surrounding an offense and just understand it from another person's perspective. Okay? Second, choose to forgive. Choose to forgive. A premeditated, thoughtful action of choosing to forgive. It's a conscious decision and a personal choice. There is great power in all kinds of dimensions with forgiveness. Third, practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, okay? And try and understand their perspective. Developing empathy can often soften your heart and make forgiveness easier. Again, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Fourth, release negative emotions. My favorite way of doing this, and I've shared this in a couple of other episodes, is when you have negative emotions, breathe in deeply and blow out with vigor and let go of those negative emotions. And sometimes it can take 2, 3, maybe 4 times, and you'll notice a big difference if you really engage this. Fourth, let go of resentment. Holding on to something and resentment only prolongs the suffering that you may be going through. Choose to release any grudges or ill feelings you have towards the person who hurt you. Okay? Be aware of yourself. 6, set boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you have to continue a relationship with another person. Okay? You can forgive and move on. Okay? Next, and very important, is practice self-care. Take care of yourself. Self-compassion throughout this journey of forgiving another person. When you first do this, your emotions and your ego can make this a very challenging process, especially your ego. Okay? Next is self-awareness, which I talked about earlier. Understand your own faults and take responsibility. Lastly, seek support if needed. Sometimes you get into situations that are very complex. The answers aren't easy. Time goes on. Things get worse, not better. And consider seeking support from a therapist, counselor, or support group if you're struggling with forgiveness. Now, all of this is a personal journey. I've shared with you 9 thoughts that can help you with this. Pick those that you think best fit your circumstances. So again, the interesting and powerful wisdom that Yogananda has shared with us is this. Many people excuse their own faults, but judge other persons harshly. We should reverse this attitude by excusing others' shortcomings and by harshly examining our own. Okay? Great wisdom in all of that. As always, thank you very much for watching this episode, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon.